Hi, welcome to Fitness for Anybody. My name is Jeannie. We are going to learn tree pose today. Tree pose is a great stabilization, great balance pose. You'll notice today that I have a chair. You can also use a wall. These are great tools to do when you're starting to get into any kind of balance pose because it helps you assist yourself. If you have plantar fasciitis, it's another great tool to use. That way you can start getting that strength that you need. You can start building that arch, and then you have some stability. If the arch starts to hurt, you can lean a little bit more towards the chair or wall and use that as your advantage. If you have a yoga strap, if you have a belt, if you have anything that you can help lift your foot with, go ahead and grab that. I like to use my scarf. My scarf is a very soft cotton, easy to wash. Yoga belts usually tend to smack around in your washer. I just love it because it's really soft, easy to use. You'll notice where we're going to be using this in a minute. If you have not watched how to do yoga feet or how to do neutral pelvis, please go to my blog site, watch my vids on that. That way you have a better idea of how to do some of the base positions for this. Right now we're going to get into that yoga foot. We're going to track the knee right over. We're going to get into a neutral pelvis, and we're going to start with a stage. I'm using my dominant leg because it helps me balance, and again my hand is on the chair. You do not have to use the chair. If you've got the strength, go with that. But this is a great way again. This is fitness for anybody. That means that this is built for anybody to be able to just stand right here, do this pose. So we're going to start with what we call filleting the thigh. You want to take your thigh and open it as much as possible, kind of like a ballerina looks. To be able to get this leg to track all the way open, you're going to really need to squeeze those glutes. And I like to say bounce a quarter off that baby because that's what you want to do. You want it nice and tight to help hold that leg open. This is what I call stage one. Stage one is a great one because it helps you build yourself. You can get comfortable with it. You can hold stage one for a very long time. Again, if your ankle is weak or you've got a bad foot, you're going to really notice it's unstable and you really want to focus on that before you move on. Stage two is wonderful. I love this because the foot fits right over that calf and it becomes a very natural position. Stage three, be very careful with the knee. If you're going to start doing this, you want to make sure that that ankle goes right above into the meat of the thigh, not onto that knee. But you can place and hold it nice and comfortably. Now again, if this gets very difficult, I'll show you the strap in a minute. I also have to let you know that any time you've ever started doing yoga, this inner thigh is not going to like you. It takes a few times for you to continue to practice for those nerves to say, oh, this is not going to be as painful. So the first few times, you'll notice it's nice to have the chair and you don't have to press that foot in as hard. But to hold the pose, the harder you press that foot into the thigh, the more you lift up, the more stable you're going to become. So that inner thigh is going to get really used to that ankle. The last pose, you can pull it all the way up as high thigh as possible, and you're going to notice some sliding. That's actually a very common thing that we find in yoga because we tend to have fabric softeners. Even my Tide without it tends to make my clothes soft. So I'll wrinkle them in. It gives me a little bit more traction, and then I can keep the foot there better. Also works better with bare skin because bare skin keeps a better traction. Let's show you how to do this with the strap. The strap, again, you're going to lace to the foot. You're going to take right underneath. Stage one, stage two, stage three, and again, using the chair to help me, stage four, and hold. Now, I like to put it under that ankle because later on, when I get used to not having the chair, I can go ahead and hold. So as you practice this with the chair, you're going to have that chair in one hand, you're going to be able to hold it up, and then you'll just take the hand off, place it, hand off, place it, and pretty soon you'll be able to hold. And in the end, little magic trick, no more strap, no more bending, no more chair, and then you hold it as stable as you can into tree pose. Now I do have some advanced poses for this, using the arms, using a lot of movement. Go to my blog and check it out, and thank you guys so much for visiting Fitness for Anybody. Don't forget, do it on the other leg. You want it balanced.